Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Now, I've got some bad news to begin with. I don't want you guys to worry too much. I don't want you to panic or anything. But I've been bullied. I've been bullied. I'm a victim. I've been slated by this master speaker, Save Robbie. You're all aware of him. And it was such a shock. It's such a shock because, okay, fine, we all know him to be a serial real lifer. We all know that he's done the whole doxing thing, that he likes to pass on details to other creators. We all know that. We know that he likes to use homophobic slurs. He makes anti-Semitic so-called jokes. We all know this. We know that he claims that he's a Christian, yet he's done sexual things to a Bible. We know this. We know this. We know plenty more. We know he attacks people for their appearance. We know a lot of things about Save Robbie, but in more recent times we've learned that he's changed. He's a new man. He's turned the page. He's moved on to a new chapter, and he started a new life as a normal human being. So, that's why I'm shocked. And I'm sure you will be, but we're going to get through this together. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at how this so-called content creator bullied me, destroyed me, ripped me to bits. We're going to watch it and we're going to perhaps analyze it a little bit. I might throw my 2 cents in there too. We'll see. We'll just see how that unfolds. But to break it to you, this was a live stream that he held, let's say 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago, earlier today. And it's this live stream here, Debunking Dorothy. Dorothy is the creator surviving the storms. And for much of the video, he was, I'll say, attacking. I mean, I suppose I could say bullying. I suppose I could say critiquing. But, he was attacking. It's probably the most accurate. Dorothy. And also somebody else who he's chosen, I would say, specifically to not mention in his hashtags in the title. But he does refer to that person as, I believe, Honey Boo Boo, K with a K, Honey Boo Boo with a K, I think is what he says, which is somebody that most people will know who he's referring to, but he's choosing specifically not to refer to that person by their actual YouTube username for reasons. He doesn't want to be seen and or recorded making reference to that person. Not at this point. Not at this point. Why? Well, it could be because there may be some court cases going ahead. It wouldn't be the first time court cases have gone ahead against Save Robbie. But again, that was all in the past. Not relevant. It's in the past. It's not relevant. Or is it? Or is it quite possible that Save Robbie is just as bad as he's always been? So anyway, as I was saying, it's in this video here, and he mentions me briefly at around this time that I'll play in a moment. And then that was just a passing little jab. That's fine. You're allowed to make passing little jabs. No problems there. But then a little later on, he goes on with his fellow panelists, which include Siren Jack. Goes on for more than 20 minutes, insulting me in various ways, with the full support of those in chat, entirely with the entire support of those in chat, some of which decided to make physical threats against me. Others were just grossly unpleasant. Most were grossly unpleasant. But that's what he decided to do for more than 20 minutes. Now, you might be wondering, as might I, what did I do to provoke such a lengthy and public attack on myself? A lengthy and public bullying session upon myself? And the answer to that would be not a lot. Pretty much nothing. Pretty much unprovoked is my answer to that. But we'll have a look through that. So if you hadn't noticed, I am skipping over the whole first 40 minutes or so. I'm not really going to address the live stream in regards to his attacks on Dorothy and the person that he chooses to call Honey Boo Boo K with a K or whatever. I'm not going to address that merely because I want to address the aspects that are pertaining to me, and that's going to be pretty lengthy, and with that, it's going to be pretty boring. So I've given you a bit of an overview to begin with, and you may not want to watch the rest of the video because it's going to be pretty boring, pretty unpleasant. But I'm going to go ahead and press the play, and we'll have a listen to what Save Robbie has to say.
Which is going to be streamed, and I will be sharing the link to that if I don't get up early enough to stream it my fucking self, because it is public. Okay? Also, I'm going to address one last thing, and then I'm going to drop the link for Dorothy. Picker Leech, who is a continuous leech. Very good name to have if you guys are familiar. This idiot continues to speak about me, to say how terrible I am and how jealous, and I'm just so mad that my platform hasn't taken off or whatever. Picker
Okay,
Leech,
I mean, I've not said those things. Number one, you've just called me an idiot. That's not a very nice thing to say, is it? Seemingly a bit mean. And then you go on to say some things that I've not actually said. So let's watch that part back.
I have to stream it my fucking self because it is public. Okay? Also, I'm going to address one last thing, and then I'm going to drop the link for Dorothy. Picker Leech, who is a continuous leech. Very good name to have if you guys are familiar. This idiot continues to speak about me, to say how terrible.
Okay, how have I spoken about you? I've not made any videos about you. Have I made comments about you? Yes. Have I done that a lot? Yes. Have I had reason to do that? Yes. Am I allowed to do that? Yes.
Terrible I am and how jealous, and I'm
I
just so
mean,
mad.
hang on. How terrible you are? Yes. I've said how terrible you are. I find you terrible. The reason why I find you terrible is because you do terrible things. You've gone real life on people. You want to ask me to provide the receipts? Sure. I shouldn't need to. You've admitted it on audio, on video, twice already. Once when you tried to backtrack and said you were drunk, and another time when you were sober. You've admitted at least twice on video, on audio, that you have gone real life on multiple people. Need me to tell you who those people are? Sure, I can mention a few of them. Space Monster, remember? You went after her family. You made contact with her mother, which allegedly led her to be hospitalized. You posted pictures and made reference to, and forgive me, Space Monster, you made reference to Space Monster's deceased sister. Mommy Ramblings. Didn't you dig into the death of her son shortly after the death of her son? Within 24 hours of the death of her son. Forgive me, Mommy Ramblings. These are terrible things, Robbie. Didn't you go after AJ for more than a year, to the point that legal action was taken? Didn't you dox her multiple times? Didn't you reveal her name? Didn't you reveal her location? Didn't you make multiple streams attacking her to your audience multiple times over the course of, again, more than a year? Didn't you do that? Isn't that something that happened, Save Robbie? I think it is. I think those things are terrible. I don't think you should have done that. I don't think you should have contacted Space Monster's place of employment. I don't think you should have contacted AJ's place of employment. I don't think you should have threatened to go real life on that other lady. I can't remember her name. Is it Mandy Jane? Something like that. I'll say Mandy Jane. I think that's slightly wrong. Mandy Bell, maybe? The lady that you called her partner, her male partner, the F word, the homophobic slur. That lady. You threatened to go real life on her. That's a terrible thing. You forwarded the personal details of BX Beast Boy to Molly Golightly. We know that's a fact. Molly Golightly has said as such. It's quite clear to me, I'm not able to prove it, but it seems to me that you also forwarded those details of BX Beast Boy to the Glera. That's what would make sense to me. I don't know how else the Glera would have accessed and felt willing to dox BX Beast Boy's personal details. You shouldn't have done that, Robbie. That was terrible. I do believe these things are terrible. And I believe that I'm perfectly entitled to go into live streams, videos of, let's say, for example, those people that have been harassed for more than a year, and they're making a video to express their feelings on the subject. You know, what it's like to be bullied and harassed and abused and have their children bullied and harassed and abused by you. I've gone on to their videos. I've watched their videos. I felt sad for what they've experienced at your hands, say Robbie. So yeah, I've made comments of support. I've made comments pointing out what I feel are the grotesque behavior that you've displayed. I make comments about what I feel the community ought to focus on, and those things, in brief, if I recall, it's been a while. But those things are your going real life and your doxing. That's what I feel ought to be focused on by the community, all of the community. Other creators, your mods, your supporters, those that kiss your ass. Yeah? Those are my thoughts. Say, Robbie, I'm allowed to have those thoughts. I'm allowed to express those thoughts. Why are you taking issue with them?
Mad that my platform hasn't taken off or whatever. Pickerly might...
Well, yeah, platform hasn't taken off, mate. I mean, it hasn't. Allow me to illustrate that. Allow me to illustrate that. Okay, your weekly subs. For the last week, 0. 0, the week before 0. The week before 0, the week before 0, the week before 0, the week before 0, the week before 0. Bro, you haven't taken off. Your platform hasn't taken off. Okay? You got to 10,000 subs October the 31st, 2021. We're now in May 2022. That's, let me do my sums quickly. November, December, January, February, April, March. God, my brain. Sorry. I've just showed myself to be a dumbass. 7 months. 7 months ago, you hit the big 10,000 mark. Did you take off since then? Well, you're at 10.3 now. Let's get a calculator out. That's 300 divided by 7 months. It's 42 a month. Let's say 4 weeks. Let's say, yeah, 4.5 weeks a month. You're making less than 10 subs a week, Robbie. Less than 10 subs a week. Am I wrong if I was to point out that your channel hasn't taken off? Am I wrong? Factually speaking, am I wrong? Well, let's just say we can agree to disagree. Let's carry on.
My platform's a lot better than yours. At least I have the balls to be a man to come up here and speak my opinion myself. So, Pickerleech, you...
I mean, you're criticizing me. The reason why you've gone on a... you've made a 1.5 hour live stream bullying primarily Dorothy and who you've decided to call in a demeaning way Honey Boo Boo with a K. So I'm third on your list. There's also a fourth. We can have a look at you attacking a fourth person in a little bit. I'm third on your list, I understand. But you still have dedicated at least 20 minutes, like 25, 30 minutes in attacking me for being man enough to express my opinions in the comment section. So what is your problem? You've not been able to justify your bullying of me, save Robbie. You're saying at least you're a man enough to make your opinion known. Well, that's what I do. I make my opinion known. So it seems like you're trying to criticize me and you're not doing a good job of it.
You can also click the link and come up here and tell me how much more bigger of a man you are than myself.
That's not how my brain works, mate. I don't go around thinking that I'm a bigger man than others. It's like, you know, it's just, these are concepts which don't occur to me. They don't really work in my mind. What does it mean, a bigger man than you? What does that even mean? We're not in the 1970s anymore. We're in 2022, bro. You know? Bigger man than you? What What the hell are you on about?
There's the link. I'll fucking wait.
Okay, you're welcome to wait. You're welcome to wait. So whilst you wait, we'll have another part of look at another part of the video here. So let's pick up at this point.
But and I'm right there with you on Picker Leech. He's a dick. He's a dick.
All right, he's a dick. He's a dick. That's not a very nice thing to say. Siren Jack. You say it with a smile though. Is it funny? Who's it funny for? Is it funny for you? What about the person that's being attacked? Is it funny for them? Is it funny for the victim of your bullying? It isn't funny, mate. It's just an insult. I wonder if there's any basis to it. Let's find out.
Picker Leech is a bitch.
Oh.
Because
Siren seemed to be struggling there. He called me a dick, had to repeat it. So Save Robbie bravely stood in and reaffirmed his view, which is that I'm a bitch. Okay. How am I a bitch? I'm sure you're going to explain that, Save Robbie.
dropped the link for him as well multiple times. And do you see his ass running his mouth about me in chats all the time? Yet he will never face me.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean face you? Do you mean come up on panel? I will never come up on panel. Well, if you believe that, why drop the link? Well, I mean, that's a bit silly, isn't it? If you believe that I'm never going to face you on panel, why drop the link? Bit nonsensical, if you ask me. Here's a question. Am I obliged to face you on panel? Is that something I'm obliged to do? I'll answer it. No. No, I'm under no such obligation. Would it be my choice as to whether or not I come up on panel to, as you say, be faced by you or go face to face with you? No. That would be something that would be my choice. And say, Robbie, you don't get to make my choices for me. I get to make my choices for me. You get to make your choices for yourself. I don't understand why you have this belief that you ought to be able to make choices for other people. Delusions of grandeur, perhaps? I'd a guess. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist and just popped into my mind. Certainly a delusion of some sort.
Dorothy is somebody that I liken it to someone who will go to the bookstore and she'll read the title of a book because she doesn't want to read the book. She'll read the title of a book, but then she'll make up how the book goes in her own mind.
Dorothy doesn't even take the time to read her chat. Do you think she has the patience to read a fucking book? Even the first page of the synopsis? No.
She won't even read the jacket. She won't read that dust jacket. She will just see the title and she'll just make up whatever in her mind.
Well, and she said herself, what'd she say? The women on
Okay, I've skipped quite a bit forward. I'm just before the hour mark, and we're going to listen to this little bit for a couple of reasons. I'd mentioned that, say, Robbie had chosen to bully multiple people during this video, not only myself. So we're going to have the opportunity to listen to Save Robbie bully one of his long-standing supporters in a moment. So there'll be a little bit of a run-up before that. He's rambling about this and that. Mostly against Dorothy, and also again the person that he's chosen to refer to as Honey Boo Boo with a K. So we're going to pick up with a little bit of that, and then we're going to hear him bully one of his long-standing supporters.
You put everything out there, and now you're trying to brush it under the carpet like it's my fault and turn it around on me and lie and say that I, months ago, put out the restraining order and I put my address and AJ's son and all that. Are you kidding me? You're a fucking idiot, Dorothy.
Yeah, see, you've always redacted everything to do with your case. Always. Because you always knew better.
They're talking about the case between Save Robbie and AJ. AJ, after more than a year's worth of harassment, being doxxed, having her employers contacted, and also her son's channel had a privacy strike made against it. I believe those are the allegations. I believe Plenty of evidence was provided to the community for everyone to see over an extended period of time. Everyone had the opportunity to digest this information, to be made aware of this information. It was pretty public. That's what they're referring to at this point in time. Save Robbie's legal proceedings with AJ. It's been a little bit slow. I'm getting a lot of buffering. This happens whenever it's a new video. You know what? Maybe I'll put it on low settings. Maybe that will improve things.
She showed it unredacted.
Yeah, and again, like, you're inserting yourself into my stuff, my real life stuff, Dorothy. So don't sit there and turn around and.
Yeah, that's a point that I want to make. Can you see with his elevated voice, Save Robbie is saying, "You're interfering in my stuff." Yeah, I mean, Save Robbie, were you not aware that's what you do on an ongoing basis? Have you not recently been making multiple videos, be that live streams or pre-recorded videos, claiming that a mother is not actually a mother? Have you not been doing that? Here's the answer, Robbie. Yes, you have. That is what you have been doing. You've made multiple videos claiming, providing what you feel is evidence, claiming that another content creator within the community that has claimed that they've had a newborn child a month or 2 months ago, you've been claiming that they're lying. Okay? That's what you have been doing, Save Robbie. Fact. Your audience is aware of that. Now, we don't even need to discuss at this point in time the veracity of those claims. We don't need to discuss the distastefulness of you raising those claims. We don't need to discuss that. The point that I'm making here is that you're complaining about somebody else interfering in your business when that is exactly what you do, Save Robbie. You interfere in other people's business. This mother of the newborn baby, is this relevant to you? Are you a family member? How is this relevant to you? It's not relevant to you, Save Robbie. However, you have inserted yourself and your audience into that situation. And you're complaining about somebody else interfering with your life. You're a hypocrite. You're delusional.
Be sexist and say it's because I have a penis and I'm a man and I should stay out of your business. Stay the fuck out of my business, and you have no right putting my fucking legal information out there and my address and all that shit. You are a fucking disgusting person, and you need to clean your fucking life up. Because there's lots of shit, and I'm going to say loofah.
Okay, alright, well, we'll carry on in a second, but you've just accused somebody of putting your details out there, something like that. Which again, Save Robbie, that's something that you've done. Let me remind you. You forwarded BX Beast Boy's personal details to Molly Golightly. That's what you did. How do we know that? Because Molly Golightly has come forward saying, Save Robbie forwarded me details of BX Beast Boy. Correct? I'm not correct. Am I close to being correct? I am correct, aren't I, Save Robbie? The claims are also that you've doxed other people. You've gone real life on other people. Again, I'll mention Space Monster, AJ, Shipwreck Beck. There are others too, aren't there? Did you release their names? Well, yes, you did in regards to AJ. And I believe in regards to Space Monster, might have that part wrong. Did you release their address? Well, in regards to AJ, you released the state that you believed she resided in at the time. So yes. Come on, bro. You're being a hypocrite. You're complaining about something that you've done yourself multiple times, and in the process victimized multiple people over the course of years.
You snaky person, because you were the one who emailed me.
Okay, so I'm just going to wind back just a little tad. Save Robbie is now talking about Luther. And I'm mentioning this just to show that within this video he's bullying multiple people. He's seemingly attacking Dorothy, the person that he's decided to call Honey Boo Boo with a K, myself, and also Luther. Who's Luther? Well, you may know her. She's been around for a while. She's been an extremely prominent supporter of Save Robbie for years. She's been a moderator for Save Robbie for years, I think. Is that relevant? Yeah, I kind of feel that it's relevant. You know, if I have a friendship, online or otherwise, and the friendship dissipates, I don't, and I wouldn't expect any reasonable person to go around attacking that person, especially in a public forum. It's not normal behaviour. It's not kind behaviour, Save Robbie. It's bullying behaviour. It's not just me that you've bullied in this video.
And I should stay out of your business. Stay the fuck out of my business. And you have no right putting my fucking legal information out there and my address and all that shit. You are a fucking disgusting person. And you need to clean your fucking life up. Because there's lots of shit, and I'm going to say, Lufa, you snaky person. Because you were the one who emailed me and said that Dorothy shared private information with you that she shouldn't have, and you were blackmailing her to be nice to me. That's the real reason Dorothy was being nice to me, and who's all up in Dorothy's chats now? Lufa. You don't ever, Lufa, I don't care. You've donated money to me to be nice to me and shit. There is not money in the world that would let me be dumb enough to take you back. You're a weak fucking person.
Yeah, I've been so afraid to mention that to you because the instant
Wow.
turned on me.
Wow.
The instant Natasha turned on me. The instant Natasha turned on me.
Tira, is this you?
It's me.
Hey, Robbie, I love you.
You could see me. Sorry. It's me, babe.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the instant Natasha turned on me, Lufa blocked me again after I'd worked everything out with her, and which was really sad.
Lufa needs to work her own shit out and stop taking shit so personal. She doesn't even have a channel. She has no problem coming on here and flip-flopping all the time, and somebody who's been good to her, not because you paid me, Lufa. I don't know if that's why you gave me money to begin with.
She did pay for our dinner when we got together.
She always did shit like that, and then here she is. If you don't do what Lufa does, she's just gonna turn on you and be a fucking snake.
Yeah, she lied to one of our good friends about me, and I'm like, huh? I don't even know who she is.
Anyways, hello, Tira. I know that you stayed up late.
I gotta go.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Luther. In a way, I'm not fully sorry, but in a way, I'm sorry for that. I don't wish to harm you by playing an excerpt of your previous friend or friends bullying you. Apparently, according to these guys, you're not a very nice person, seemingly. I'm not saying that. I'm just, from what they're saying. Apparently, you go around sending Save Robbie money. You go around paying for dinners multiple times. You go around sending gifts, and you're a snake, apparently, because not quite sure why. Seem like because you're active in Dorothy's chat, and that's a good enough reason for you to be declared a snake and derided, insulted, bullied by primarily Save Robbie, but not Save Robbie alone. The term flying monkeys springs to mind. I'm not sure if that includes Tyra Nicole. Don't think it does. But I'm going to skip ahead at this point in any case. Okay, so I've skipped a little bit. We're now at the just under the 1 hour and 6 minute mark. And for the next 22 minutes or so, him and his chief cohort, Siren Jag, decide to bait me. So they bait me for 22 minutes plus. It's pretty much the sole focus of the next 22 minutes. It's quite a long time. It's a quarter of the live stream length here. It's too long. It's too long, bro. You shouldn't focus on anyone in such an antagonistic, hostile way for that length of time. Yet you do. So I don't expect everybody to listen to the remainder of the video. I'm going to go through it, but it's going to be fairly boring. It's going to be fairly boring. There's a lot of silence, but I'm going to go through it because I want to, and I want to have this as an example of the type of bullying that can happen on YouTube and perhaps similar forums, and certainly happens at the hands of this scumbag here, Save Robbie. You know, this is what he does. He's not the only one to do it. Several others do this tactic as well. Come up on panel. If you don't, you're a pussy. You know, this attitude. Well, how about I don't want to come up? How about that? You know? It's my preference not to. Like, what would I stand to gain from it? Being heckled by you and your cohort? Like, what would I stand to gain from it? I can't think of a single thing that I would stand to gain from. I wouldn't enjoy it. It would be unpleasant speaking to you both. You'd be there to insult me, as you already have, and as you prove that is your intent. You wouldn't listen. You wouldn't pay any attention to anything that it was that I was saying, no matter how reasonable, no matter how well stated. You will deflect, you will lie, you will attack, you will insult, you will bully. Why would I step into that? Like, for what literally, there's a genuine question. You don't have to answer, Save Robbie. Anyone else is more than welcome to answer. My guess is those that choose to attempt to answer that are going to fail. They're just going to, you know, slip into insults and effectively call me the P word or similar. It's going to be very pathetic. But anyway, I don't wish for everybody to listen to the remainder, but I'm going to go through it in any case. As I say, let's hopefully the buffering isn't going to be too much of an issue.
God, he's a piece of shit because he called me a child doxer. Wow.
Hold on a minute. Picker Leech, I was just talking about your pussy ass. Come up here and let's have a conversation, buddy. Come up here, because you've always got to...
Look, what is that? I mean, look at that face. I mean, look at that face there. The squinty eyes. And the guy on the right, Siren Jag, the snide smirk. What is this? You think this is a pleasant environment to step into? You want to have a conversation with your squinty eyes and your smirk? Is that what you want? It's not a genuine conversation that you're looking for. You want to bully somebody. That's what you want. You're asking me, in this case, to step up on panel to be bullied by you. That's what you want. And you're so keen to go through that bullying process with me, in this case. Could have been someone else. It will be someone else next time. You're so keen that you're prepared to sacrifice 20, 25 minutes of your own live stream, which ought to be entertaining your audience. You're willing to sacrifice that just to bait me. You really, really, really want to bully somebody, don't you? Save Robbie. Don't you, Siren Jag? You really want to bully somebody. You're really in the mood to bully somebody, aren't you? You're sick individuals. You are sick, sick individuals.
A lot of shit to say. And let me just say that I could go legal on Dorothy right now if I want to. I could have her prosecuted for doxing me, putting out my full information out there, everything. But she has a child that she never fucking checks on. I still care enough, and you could sit here and say I go after children with no proof, all you want, but I think your child in your home deserves fucking to have a good life. So you should start focusing on your child and stop putting him in danger and doing horrible stuff on the internet.
Dorothy, if I was smart enough, I would have edited this part out, but I'm not that smart.
That's going to incriminate you, because it's going to get you into trouble. I have no idea what AJ plans on doing to her. I'm not doing anything. I'm not going to go legal on her because she has a fucking child. So come up here, Picker Leech. It could be me and you. I don't fucking care.
Oh yeah,
You
I
run
know,
your
I
mouth
don't
a
understand.
lot. You run your mouth a lot with your little fucking opinion. So
I run my mouth a lot. Okay, so you don't literally mean my mouth. This is my 4th video that I've posted on this channel. So you don't really mean my mouth. You've made a lot more videos than I have, as does all of your other people here. You mean I type things in people's chats, yeah? That's what you mean. And yeah, what of it? That's what I do. What's wrong with that? Here's an answer for you. Nothing at all. Am I entitled to state my opinion in people's chats? Yes, I am. What's the fucking problem then? How are you trying to twist that into a justification to bully somebody, that they express their opinions in chat? That's justification for you to bully them, is it? I'm going to add here before I forget. We're not seeing the chat. We're not seeing the chat box in the live replay here because I dare say Save Robbie has specifically deactivated that function. And why would that be? Well, again, because there's physical threats made against me by some people in the chat. Almost everybody in the chat is hurling insults at me, and almost everyone is supporting the baiting of a bullying session. What's the point of me saying that? What's the relevancy? I think it's incredibly relevant. It's not only the content creators that do the bullying, it's those in chat. That can include the mods, and it can include just the users. There's often a gang mentality, a gang culture that happens, cult mentality that happens. It's not exclusive to Save Robbie and his audience, let's say, but it's certainly something that happens within it, absolutely. And it certainly happened this time again, to the extent that I was facing physical threats. It's not very good, is it, Save Robbie? What kind of community are you fostering here? Is it a nice, pleasant, kind community? Or is it a bunch of bullies? A bunch of flying monkeys? A bunch of enablers?
come up here and tell me your fucking opinion of me. I'll be right back.
Siren, what's up with a makeup look?
I filmed one tonight.
You're gonna
I
do
might
one
fast forward a little.
still? It's 2:34 for me. What time is it for you?
It's 2:34, but I held off on it because all the stuff popped off with Natasha.
Oh God, I know. That was like breaking news, man.
Yeah, so, but even though I'm monetized now, someone named Kimberly decided to send off a Dorothy chat about how no one attached to Robbie would ever amount to anything.
Okay, let's
You're
wind that back a little.
monetized already.
Because all the stuff popped off with Natasha.
Oh God, I know. That was like breaking news, man.
Yeah, so, but even though I'm monetized now, someone named Pickerleaf decided to sound off in Dorothy's chat about how no one attached to Robbie would ever amount to anything.
So, I mean, that's not something that I stated, certainly not word for word. That nobody attached to Robbie's chat would amount to anything. Is that what you're alleging I said? I didn't say that. You're twisting words for whatever reason.
You're monetized already, Siren.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you, dude.
Yeah, that's great. Wow, that's amazing. Now you're monetized. Now what? Now you're what? I mean, I don't understand the point here. Oh, that's amazing. You're now a super duper successful YouTuber now that you've been monetized. I don't think that's the case. I'm not monetized. I'd like to be monetized. I don't really, not really. It's not really a focus though. It's not going to change anything. It's not going to make you a successful YouTube channel just because you're monetized. It doesn't work that way. I mean, I wish it would. I wish it did work that way, but it doesn't. And to confirm that a little bit, we can go back to Save Robbie's sub count here. He's not gaining that many. 0, 0, 0, 100. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. A few zeros there. But, let's be fair. He does have multiple channels, doesn't he? He's got this one here, which is Save Robbie Rants. Average subs for the month, minus 121. 0, minus 10, 0, 0, minus 10, 0, minus 10, 10. Well done, 30. God, you're balling it, mate. 10, 0, 0, 0. I mean, look. It would be nice if you get monetized and things get really super successful, but it doesn't. I mean, he's done pretty well. He's got 820 subscribers. This is a new channel. Well done. 890, 820. Not monetized yet, but that's fine. 820 at the beginning of the month. What do you have at the end of the month? 797. You've lost 23 subscribers in a month. Nearly one a day. So I'm sorry to break it to you, Siren. Hang on, where are we? Sorry, I think, is that where we are? No, here's where we are. Sorry to break it to you, Siren, but getting monetized, I mean, it's nice, it's well done, it's a pat on the back. We can send you a little trophy, but it doesn't really mean anything.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's always like, the first goal, Yeah. Dude, she tried to say Robbie didn't have a personality. I'm like, dude, is this lady serious? Like, what is going on? People won't be monetized. Siren, come on. Hey, how long have you had a channel?
I mean, people won't be monetized. That's not what I said. I didn't say people won't be monetized. If that is the justification for bullying me because I said people won't be monetized, well, that's not what I've said. So even if it was a heinous thing to say, which it isn't, it's not something I've said.
Well, I mean, I've had it like, I've actually been on YouTube like 9 years, but I've only started actually doing videos for like 3 months.
I was going to say no more than 4 months because you were on Natasha's panel every night doing your makeup. Mm-hmm. I knew it wasn't that damn. See, good for you, Siren, for real.
Thank you.
What colors are we doing tonight on your makeup look? What's the color story for us this evening?
When I post it tomorrow, I broke into this Odin's Eye color palette.
I might just fast forward a little.
Oh my god, the new ones.
Yep.
And I'm gonna see that.
Yeah, and I'll be doing a stream on Grief. I'll post that tomorrow.
Oh, that Odin's Eye. Oh, I'm
Mandy, the word like dirty deleting is so stupid because people change their mind often, or maybe realize they were wrong or didn't want to say it that way. So people that say, "Oh, you're dirty deleting," well, I guess Dorothy deleted last night after she doxed a minor child, and AJ and myself.
Okay, Emu, I will do the Emu run.
I don't see Pickle Leech coming up. I'm sure we're gonna see him running his mouth tomorrow. Oh, look, there he is running his mouth.
All right. So if you didn't notice, let me point out that Tyree Nicole, if that's her name, she ran up with her allotted amount of time. She was taking up too much of an opportunity to attempt to bully me. So she got booted. And they've brought up this message here that I say, Siren, are you able to verify what you just said? They'll go away. They'll bring up a screenshot of what I did say, which is different to what he said I said. But we'll see that in a second.
Are you able to verify what you just said, Siren? Pickle Leech, do you remember what you fucking typed, you idiot? Come up here and verify it yourself and tell Siren exactly what you think about him, and then you can continue to tell me all the things you think about me.
All right, sure, let's do that. Let me tell you what I think about Siren Jag, seeing as you've asked so politely, say Robbie. Well, here's what I think about Siren Jag. Well, to me, I mean, he's weird, he's creepy. It's kind of pathetic and almost certainly a sign of mental illness. Not that I'm a psychologist, but it's almost certainly that a sign of mental illness in how he behaves. The fascination with makeup as an adult, as a parent. Yeah, I mean, some level of mental illness, I'd be quite sure. That's my opinion, of course. But really, it's the evilness within him which strikes me as the most important aspect to be considered. So I guess you were perhaps wondering what evilness I'm referring to. I mean, I suppose I could refer to his seeming desire, his hunger, his thirst to bully me in this instance, but I've seen him bully others previously. I've seen him on Natasha's channel, Recline with Natasha. I've only watched her channel a handful of times. And once I saw this guy here, Siren Jag, on panel. berating a caller in. Somebody went on panel. As far as I understand, they were a watcher, an audience member, and I believe they were baited to come up on panel. And to be fair, they said the person that came up on panel said some nasty things to Siren Jag. They accused Siren Jag of not being qualified in his chosen profession, which I'm purposefully choosing not to mention at this point. At which point Siren Jag quite cleverly shows a certificate, I believe, proving that he indeed is or was qualified to perform within that given industry. That's kind of fine at that point, but then, and I saw this with my own two eyes, I heard this with my own two ears, but then Siren Jag called upon the audience to go real life on the caller in. He said something along the lines of, I don't think this person should be, justified in working in their job. I think maybe we need to find out where she works. Pretty nasty stuff, pretty evil stuff. So, that's kind of the aspects that I would go to answer your question, Save Robbie, to tell you what I think of Siren Jag, and I can move back on to yourself in a moment. The evil part, and that would be one aspect of the evil that I've seen. I find that kind of thing evil. And I know that you don't so much, Save Robbie. I know that's something that you have partaken in multiple times yourself directly, in having gone real life and doxing multiple people. I'm aware of that. Perhaps you don't see that as being evil. Perhaps you do, but you just pretend that you don't. But there are other aspects to Siren Jag which are even more sinister, which bother me even more. And it would be unfair of me to refer to gossip or hearsay. That would be unfair of me to do that, even though you have invited me to make the comments in regards to what I feel about Siren Jag. So I won't refer to hearsay. I will only refer to those things that I have seen, again, with my own two eyes and heard with my own two ears, Siren Jag having said. And again, that was once more on Natasha's channel, Recline with Natasha. And you may recall this live stream. I'm stunned at how... I've never heard anyone reference this live stream. I've never heard anyone. And that's amazing, because what I'm about to relay is astonishing. And it really ought to be mentioned by certainly those creators that consider themselves to be a truth channel or an awareness channel or such. But I've never heard anyone mention this. It really is something that ought to be looked at very, very closely. But again, say, Robbie, to answer your question, what do I feel about Siren Jag? Well, as I say, I feel that he's evil, and one of the reasons that I feel is because of the live stream that Siren Jag had on Natasha's channel, in which for, I'm going to say, an hour and a half. Certainly it was a lengthy amount of time. It was a long discussion. Siren Jag spoke directly to the audience with no one else on panel. Natasha, I'll say kindly, handed him the reins. And he was allowed an opportunity to tell his story on her channel. And he did. I can't remember all of the aspects to the story. I remember a lot of it being pretty dark, very fucking dark. And I'm not going to try to remember all of it. But the aspects that stood out to me, even some of the aspects, there are other aspects that I won't go into for a couple of different reasons. But a couple of the aspects which did strike me, that I do recall, and Siren Jag, please correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, in the comment section. Please correct me. But I'm quite sure that you said in your own words that you had been fired from a position in which you had been there for a long time. I believe it was with Walmart, or it was some pharmacy. It was a pharmacy. Hang on. It was a department. It could have been a medical department. It could have been a circus, whatever it was. I don't know who the employer was. Right? Could have been Lowe's. Could have been Lowe's. Yeah, I think it was Lowe's. I think you were selling hardware. Yeah, that's it. You were selling hardware at Lowe's, something like that. And you were accused of sexual assault by a colleague. You were accused of sexual assault by a colleague. Naturally, there was a rigmarole, there was a process to go through, which you described. I can't remember the details of that, but, you know, it wasn't just a passing comment. It was an official submission that your colleague had to make, knowing that there ought to be repercussions against him should the allegations be found to be false. I believe it was the same position that you were also accused of having stolen goods on an ongoing basis, store goods on an ongoing basis. There was an internal investigation or such, if I recall from your description. It was a while ago, perhaps 18 months ago that you went over this. It was a while ago. My memory might be slightly off. But I'm quite sure that is the brunt of the details, that you were accused of sexual assault by your colleague, and you were accused of having stolen goods from the company over an extended period of time. Subsequently, after a lengthy investigation, despite all of the potential legal ramifications should the employer get things wrong, the employer felt confident in taking the action to dismiss you. Am I right in saying that they also went a little bit further? They made you repay the cost of the ongoing goods that you had allegedly stolen for a lengthy period of time. Is that right? How good is my memory? So there's that. Now, I believe, if I recall, to be fair, Siren Jag denies those allegations. Sure, he acknowledges that he was accused of sexual assault by a colleague, sexual harassment, whatever the term happens to be. And sure, he acknowledges that he was fired following an investigation into the sexual assault and also into the allegations of ongoing theft. He acknowledges that that happened, but he says that he was not guilty in those allegations. Correct, Siren? Am I being fair? Am I being accurate? I believe I am. I'm trying to be. So there's that. Say, Robbie, when you ask what I feel about Siren Jag, that's what I feel. Basically, I find him weird, odd, creepy, mentally ill, in my opinion. I'm not a psychologist, in my estimation, as a layman. And evil, for the reasons that I've relayed. But also, most heinously, by way of fact, that his own daughter also accused him of sexual assault. Which he described again in that live stream, which went on for quite a while on Natasha's channel. Yeah, he chose to inform the audience, the community, of the allegations that had been made against him by his own daughter. Sexual assault, sexual harassment, whatever the term happens to be, sexual abuse. If I'm wrong with these details, Siren Jag, please believe me that I'm not trying to be wrong. I'm trying to be honest. I'm just merely trying to answer Save Robbie's question in an honest fashion. To the best of my ability, this is something that I watched once, some time ago, but it stuck with me. It stuck with me because that's an awful allegation to have been made against somebody. And again, there were other aspects of the story that you told which were extremely dark as well, which I won't mention, partly because I don't remember those details fully and I would not like to get those details slightly wrong, but also because the potential interpretations of what you relayed is even darker than what I have relayed. So my feeling is that of all the people in the world, and I believe there's give or take around 7 billion of them, of all of the people that are active on YouTube, and my estimation would be there are hundreds of millions of them, I personally would not choose to continue to follow, support, view, admire, be friends with, be associates with somebody that has been accused of what you have been accused of, Siren Jag. And also, I would feel that if a large corporation which has its own legal department, its own HR department, etc., etc., if they feel fit to make a dismissal, given the potential for litigation, should they not be in a position to substantiate their claims, then I don't know. I just personally, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm right. It doesn't mean that I'm necessarily right, but that's where I would go. I would hedge towards believing the corporate concerned, as opposed to the individual that claims that they're not guilty despite the multiple allegations made against them. And further to that, Siren, and again, save Robbie to answer your question, when someone suffers multiple allegations of a similar nature, for example, sexual abuse, sexual harassment, at the hands of multiple people, when the same allegation reoccurs, obviously in a slightly different context, but, you know, fundamentally the same charges reoccur, and this is just a thing for me, doesn't mean it's necessarily correct, doesn't even mean it's necessarily fair, but it's a decision of how I choose to process things. I choose to steer away from such people that have such multiple allegations in regards to the same charge made against them. So, you know, that's a pretty descriptive understanding of how I feel about Siren Jack. I guess I could throw in, I'm not a fan of his bullying. He seems to be incredibly thirsty to bully me. I think I've seen this before. Yeah, I kind of went over that already. So, Robbie, what do I think about you? I think you're fucked up, man. You are fucked up. And I think you have thought that you're capable of change. I think you probably, I don't even want to say that I think you genuinely believe that you're capable of change. I don't even know if you're capable of genuinely believing anything. I think your beliefs and your view of yourself, save Robbie, are too much in flux. You don't know whether you're coming or going. You've got no idea of yourself. You seem to think that you're a good person. You're not a good person. I mean, just look at what you've done. Look at what you're doing right now. You've got nothing to point to indicate that you're a good person. You want to point to your buddy, Siren Jag, here? I must be a good person because Siren Jag likes me? Is that it? You've just bullied Dorothy. Maybe you've not bullied her. You know, maybe bullying isn't an appropriate term there. Maybe merely attacked her, merely insulted her, merely critiqued her, merely made allegations against her. Maybe it's not bullying. I would think that you've bullied the person that you've referred to as being Honey Boo Boo with a K. I would think even using that term is a form of bullying, as you're fully aware. I think the allegations that you've made against the mother who's had a newborn baby, your allegations fundamentally being that they're lying and in fact they haven't had a newborn baby, that's a form of bullying, a very gross form of bullying. You're a nasty piece of work. You know, again, you've shown your nastiness towards multiple people. Let's pick a few off the top of my head. Shipwreck Beck. If I recall, I may have this wrong, but I think you real-lifed her. I think you doxed her. I might be mixing that up. Maybe you didn't. But you certainly harassed her to an extent, didn't you? You certainly harassed her. And weren't you planning on interviewing her ex-partner? Her ex-partner that had the allegation made that he was abusing her, that there were domestic violent incidences whereby Shipwreck Beck was the victim, and you wanted to bring up the aggressor. I'm going to say, and this is opinion based, but you wanted to do that in an attempt to humiliate and induce fear in Shipwreck Beck. You wanted to punish her because she had transgressed. I don't know how you viewed her as having transgressed, but you did view her as having transgressed, and that's what you do. You lash out in these incredibly hostile, disgusting ways? Do you not realize the gravity of your actions? Have you never spoken to anybody, and by somebody, I mean a therapist. Have you never spoken to a therapist, a psychologist, or such, and told them about your behavior? Said, oh yeah, one day I did this. One day I chased a woman in a car. When she got out of the car, I threatened to run into her while she was holding on to her child. Have you ever had a conversation with a therapist, a psychologist, and mentioned some of your stories? Oh, today I made a live stream. I bullied 4 people. I sat next to my buddy. My buddy's been accused of sexual assault of multiple people. Have you ever? I think you ought to. Because I think you ought to listen when somebody in a position of authority, I might be speaking from my own perspective, I view a qualified psychologist or such as being in a position of authority. That's debatable. You don't necessarily have to agree with me on that. But if you do, then I think you ought to listen to someone from a position of authority in regards to the understanding of psychology and listen to what they have to say about you. I think what they would say about you is much as to what I've said. Which is basically, you are fucked in the head, boy. You are fucked. You got no idea how fucked in the head you are. You got no idea. You think you're a good person, don't you? Come on, Save Robbie, please answer. Put a 1 in the chat, Save Robbie, if you feel that you're a good person. You say that you self-reflect. Do you really? Do you really? How blinded are you? It's amazing. Beyond that, what do I think? Well, I mean, those are the main points. I basically feel that you're evil. You're extremely damaging to people. I feel that you're creepy. You're just creepy. You're creepy, you're weird. But, again, I just try to focus on the most important aspects when I'm discussing something. And that would be your evilness. And your mentality, your mental illness. And again, I'm not a psychologist. That's not a diagnosis. That's just a comment, an opinion from a layman. And I don't even mean that in a derogatory way. I'm not saying that as an attack. I'm not lashing out at you. I'm merely saying that, dude, and by the way, I am not the only one. And you know that. You don't need for me to say that. So anyway, I've just answered your question pretty thoroughly. Let's carry on.
Because you're always kissing at the end of a day's ass. See, Pickle Leech is on here for some pooty tang.
Okay, I'm always kissing at the end of the day's ass. I mean, what are you doing? Why are you bringing other people into this? You're trying to bully me, aren't you? Focus on bullying me. You've done your bullying of Dorothy. You've done your bullying of Honey Boo Boo with a K. You've done your quick lash out at your long-term supporter Luther. Come back to me, buddy. Come back to me. Just stick with me. Focus on me, buddy. Just attack me. What? I'm looking for Poontang, am I? Okay, alright, fine. Whatever, I'm looking for Poontang. Carry on.
Okay, but he's never showed his face. I don't believe you could correct me if I'm wrong, Pickle Leech. And you're on here to be a big man and run your mouth and defend women all the time and call me somebody who attacks women.
Okay, I don't even know I'm on here to be a big man. I don't know what that means. I mean, if you're trying to insinuate that I try to portray myself as being an overly masculine person, no, I don't try to do that. No, I disagree with that. Try to show me how I try to act like a big man or in an overly masculine way. No, I don't buy that. You're not convincing me on that one. And then you said something else after that. What else did you say? Let me just rewind.
But he's never showed his face. I don't believe you could correct me if I'm wrong, Pickle Leech. And you're on here to be a big man and run your mouth and defend women all the time and call me somebody who attacks.
I don't know that I'm on here to defend women all the time. No, I wouldn't say that. There does seem to be a lot of discussion about gender within this community. To me, right, I'm mostly... well, I'm not a misogynist. I'm not an out-and-out misogynist. I mostly believe in gender equality, mostly. And I mostly treat people like regardless of their gender. I don't think you can point to me as being someone that's sexist, frankly. I mean, if you were to really grill me down to certain viewpoints, well, you might come across a thing or two. But, you know, just generally in the general chit-chat that I engage in, no, I'm not sexist. And no, I'm not trying to particularly save or white knight women in general. No. I would say that I am very much anti-bully. And the reason why I've been vocal against yourself, say Robbie, is merely because of your bullying. I've never made mention of your mental state before, I don't think. I mean, you asked me what I thought of you. I just told you. But no, I've made mention of your bullying. I've made mention of your going real life and your doxing and your harassing, that kind of thing. And if you had doxed, harassed males or whatever other gender, I mean, there are many, many genders out there, as we all know nowadays. If you had harassed, bullied anyone else of a different gender, then I would have likely made comments in regards to that too. Like I am with myself. I'm not defending myself because I'm a woman. I'm not a woman. I'm a man. But here I am defending myself because you're trying to bully me.
Women, when people are consistently sticking their nose in my business, including your fucking self, because you're a little bitch.
Okay. Can I verify the screenshot I took and sent to Robbie's messenger? I think I
pull it up?
can.
Hold on, I'll pull it up. Give me a minute. You entertain Mr. Pickerpuss.
So I'm a bitch. I'm a pickapuss. I mean, these to me, grew up in England, put the puss word, the pussy word, it's so childish. It's so awful. Such an awful term to use. What am I? I'm a wimp, am I? Is that it? I'm a wimp. Okay. It's something a 10-year-old would say. But yes, Siren, verify this, come bring forward this screenshot to embarrass me, to justify the bullying of me. Come do that. What heinous thing did I say? What terrible thing did I say?
You could just take it. Take it. Take it. Take it.
Yeah, take it. The link. He wants me. He's baiting. Look how thirsty he is for me to take the link, to come up. He really, really wants somebody to bully. He wants to bully me. Don't you, Siren? Is that evil? Am I wrong? If my interpretation is that's an evil tendency within you, Siren, do you mind just answering in the chat? Am I wrong in that? Is my interpretation incorrect? If it isn't evil that's within you, that is forcing you, compelling you to say, take it, to attempt to, I have to say it, attempt to bully someone into entering this hostile environment. If that's not evil, what is it? I mean, is it a good thing? Do you have good intentions in bullying someone to come up on the panel? Is that from good intentions or is it from bad intentions?
Maybe I need you for the next 15-minute makeup challenge. And I can confirm to you all that yes, Robbie is in fact gay.
I'm not going to comment on his general weirdness. Don't need to. Maybe I'll fast forward a little bit.
Oh, let's see, I can post the link again, but it's out here. Oh god, it's technology. Oh jeez.
Give me a minute, I'm not putting the picture. Hold on.
Alright, so Robbie's looking for the screenshot, which is going to damn and humiliate me. And now I'm buffering.
Here you go.
Alright.
There you go, Picker. You want to read that, Siren?
To Louise Coombs. Also, those hangers-on that tried to benefit from his platform have all failed to take off. So where's the value in siding with him?
Okay, so look, this part is pretty trivial, but, just to point out their inaccuracies, I'm quite sure I'm right in saying Siren Jag had his panties in a bundle because of what I had said, and he said that I had said something along the lines of, whomever sides up with, say, Robbie, will never amount to anything. That's not what I've said in that comment. He seemingly insinuated, or Tyra Nicole interpreted what he said, what I had said as being nobody's ever going to be monetized if they're connected with Save Robbie. Again, not what I've said. What I've said here is that those hangers-on that have tried to benefit from Save Robbie's platform have all failed to take off. So where's the value in siding with him? So let's have a look at the first part. I'm saying that all of these succubuses, all of those people that do the snide thing of trying to befriend and share panels with and create a name off of somebody else's platform, and it's not exclusive to Save Robbie by any means, but all of those types of people haven't amounted to anything. I mean, am I wrong? Let's have a look. Siren Jag, you got 1.14 subscribers. Well done. You're monetized. That's amazing, mate. That's really fucking good. That's great. You're getting 345 views, 361 views, 312 views, mate. Look, that's great. If that's what you enjoy doing, wonderful. Love it. Carry on. But it hasn't taken off, has it, buddy? Yeah? Let me ask. How much money do you make in ad revenue? Oh, 0? Well then, that kind of justifies what I said, does it not? That you have not taken off. You have failed to take off. What about the other people? Tyra Nicole, if that's how you pronounce her name. 444 views, 2.1, well done. 200, 240, 123 views, 261. Okay, look, these are better numbers than I get. Over the course of a week, she's gotten, 3,000, 4,000 views. Not bad. Not bad. But I'm going to say not taken off. That's what I'm going to say. Am I wrong? Is she a YouTube superstar and I'm failing to realise it? I don't think I'm wrong. I think it's a fair and accurate thing to say, which is they have failed to take off. Jan Rocks appears on Save Robbie's panels, am I right? 55 views, 29 views, 95 views. No, I'm not trying to be mean to Jan Rocks, even though I'm quite sure she was mean to me in the comments, as was Tyra and Nicole. I'm not trying to be mean to her. I'm just illustrating the accuracy of what I said, which seemingly is the reason I'm being dragged or bullied. That those that have tried to hang on to Save Robbie's platform have failed to take off. Am I wrong? Has Jan Rocks taken off? Am I misinterpreting things? Am I downplaying her success? I don't think I am. I think I'm being entirely accurate. Mrs. Portland. I bring it up only because she wanted to make threats against me in the chat. They're removed now. Don't worry about it, Mrs. Portland. But, this is someone that I'm going to say was thrust to prominence within your community. She's getting less than 600 views a video. Is that taken off? Is she a YouTube superstar? I'm going to say no. That's my opinion. Foxy in the Boxy. Again, I'm only pointing her out because she decided to say a few mean words to me, as did many, many other people in the chat. Again, look, these are better numbers than I get. I'm not knocking her in that sense. But then she hasn't taken off, right? Am I wrong? If we look at the facts, Siren, am I wrong? No, I'm not. So, is this, if I state something which is factually, which is number one, an opinion, which I'm allowed to do. I'm allowed to go into people's chats, live streams or whatever, and I'm allowed to chat. I'm allowed to type something, and I'm allowed to express my opinion. I'm allowed to do that, Siren. That in itself is not justification to bully me. And if I do say something which is verifiable fact, then that's also not something that justifies bullying me. You guys are being weird. You ask me what I think of you. I'll say here, what is this? You're attacking me. You're bullying me for what? For saying something factual? That's weird. It's creepy. It's kind of insane. It's kind of dumb. it's odd.
Thank you, Oscar.
Maybe I'll fast forward.
No, I wasn't trying to convey commentary about you in my friendship with Robbie.
Picker Leech, do you want to come up here and explain to two people?
I don't need to explain. Like,
just
what,
two of many.
What I stated is, it's right there. It's in black and white. It's clear. It's not. I'm not using complicated words. It's a clear message. There ought not be anything to explain. You know, what I'm saying in my comments that Siren is reading out is, hey, buddy, you've said that I've said something, and I didn't say what you said that I said, and you've gotten the screenshots, which you now have in front of you. So you ought to be able to use whatever amount of brain cells that you have to realize that I have not said what you said I said. And what I have said is completely correct and completely reasonable. There's no need for me to come on to a panel to be bullied and to attempt to justify to two half-wits of something that they can't comprehend even when it's written right in front of them. There's no need for me to do that.
And then possibly maybe come to a resolution about why you continuously try to find a woman on the internet by running.
I mean, what is that? I'm continuously trying to find a woman on the internet.
In your mouth and pretending to be a big man?
By pretending to be a big man? If I was continuously trying to get a woman on the internet, I don't think I would try to be a big man. It's like, again, it's not how my brain works. I live in the year 2022, save Robbie. I don't live in whatever fucking world you live in. All right? So I don't know what is your perception of being a big man is, but it's not how I view the world. Okay? I'm not really... I can't think of the right word. I'm not really explaining that brilliantly. I'm explaining that as best I can. The way you're thinking is not how I think, save Robbie. So look, there is no resolution for me to make. Who with? You want me to make a resolution about me chasing women on the internet? Is that what it is? And trying to be a big man? Like, that doesn't make any sense, dude. It's just weird. It's just like you've just thrown a word out there, resolution, and then you've just tried to attach a couple of insults. Resolution, chasing women, big man. And that's how you structure sentences. I'm pretty accurate there, aren't I? I've hit something there, haven't I? Word, resolution. This is a good thing. Resolution's a good thing. I like resolution. Save Robbie likes revolution. Save Robbie is a good person. Resolution. Insult, insult. That's how you structure words and thoughts. Speak to a therapist about that, mate.
You want to do that, Picker Leech? Because I'm going to drop the link for you again. Here you go. Here it is again. There you go, buddy. Come on. It's all men up here. Right, Siren?
Yep.
It's all men. Come on up, Picker Leech.
The most manly man.
Yeah, real manly. Come on, Picker. Take the link. Oh, you have a voice when Lorraine was on panel. Wow. Yeah, he has a big voice when he's typing. And you will have to cam up backstage before you come up, Picker, just so you know. Okay? Don't be scared. We're going to be polite, right? He's the one who's very impolite with his comments. And he's still... Look, Picker Leech, I know you've seen the link in the chat. Don't type anymore. Come on.
He's the one that's being impolite. I mean, the guy's called me a bitch, an idiot. He's done this, he's done that, you know. Again, back to delusion. You don't seem to have a grasp on reality, save Robbie. You want to insinuate to your audience that I'm the impolite one. The thing is, he's right. The thing is, his audience will completely disregard his hostility, his rudeness, his impoliteness. His audience will completely disregard that, and they will just hold antagonism towards me. Why? Because of gang culture really cult culture, whatever it is. Must support leader. Must hate person leader does not like. You know, NPCs, non-playable characters, people that can't think for themselves. He's right. That is characteristic of his audience, of his subs, of his mods, probably.
Come on up and hit the link. That's all you need to do. You've got a big voice. You're a real big man. Well, your panties up and get up here. Okay? And tell us how horrible we are and come with facts. Okay? There's no women up here on panel. Okay? This is all about you.
Are you insinuating that you're not horrible, Save Robbie? Are you insinuating that I've got it wrong, that you're not horrible, that the both of you are not horrible? I've got it wrong, have I? So you've not doxed multiple people despite the evidence. You've not gone real life on multiple people despite your multiple admissions of such. You've not insulted people multiple times. You don't make most of your content in regards to attacking people. I've got all of this wrong, have I? Have I misinterpreted absolutely everything, have I, Save Robbie? I don't think I have. And again, with Siren Jag, don't really feel the need to repeat the allegations that have been made against him. The consequences of said allegations, I don't need to repeat that.
Men, because you continue to say that Siren and myself go after women all the time while you're being a little bitch in women's chats.
See, I don't think I've ever said that. I don't think I've ever said... I mean, in fact, there's no point in me saying I don't think. I have not said. It's not a comment that I've made that you two guys go after women. I mean, I've barely commented on Siren Jag at all, if I recall. Certainly a very low percentage of my comments have been in regards to Siren Jag. With yourself, say Robbie, yeah, I mean, I certainly have commented about the multiple people that you've gone after, and I think you're right, that has been almost exclusively or absolutely exclusively against women. But I don't think I've pointed to that, in all honesty. I could be wrong, don't think I am. I've not gone there in the discussion of gender. I've not gone there myself, I'm quite sure. If I'm wrong, if I'm wrong, but I really don't think I am, being honest. And you're more than welcome to show receipts, as you say.
Trying to pick up on them all the time. I would say possibly maybe get a gym membership, maybe go out, take care of yourself, and find a woman in real life who's going to see what a real bitch you are and run away.
Okay, so you're encouraging me to find a partner in real life that's going to realize what a real bitch I am. So is that a polite thing for you to say, Robbie? You've just criticized my impoliteness, even though I've not been impolite. And, that's another one of your insults, that this so-called hypothetical partner that you're instructing me to go and get is going to realize that I'm a bitch. It's not a very nice thing to say. Is that an uplifting thing to say, do you feel, say Robbie? To somebody, to anybody? It's not, is it? It's a really mean thing to say to somebody. It's a bullying thing to say to somebody, say Robbie. Why are you bullying me?
Hey, come on up, Picker. I know you can do it. You have so much to say. So I'd really love what you have to say to us. I would love that. Siren, would you? I would love it.
Well, you're welcome. I've said plenty within this video. Hopefully you have the opportunity to watch it. I know it's rather long. I don't know, it's rather boring too. But, I have responded to you both.
Maybe possibly come to a resolution with this big man who says that we are men on the internet who insert ourselves into our own business. Technically is what he's trying to say. Because it is...
I mean, again, that is just fucking gibberish. Let me replay that a little bit at normal speed. It's just nonsense, this sentence he says. Like, I can't combat what he says because it doesn't make any sense. I would be entering into a fight with a bowl of jelly.
Panel. Okay, this is all about men, because you continue to say that Siren and myself go after women all the time while you're being a little bitch in women's chats. Trying to pick up on them all the time. I would say possibly maybe get a gym membership, maybe go out, take care of yourself, and find a woman in real life who's going to see what a real bitch you are and run away. Okay? Come on up, Picker. I know you can do it. You have so much to say. So I'd really love what you have to say to us. I would love that. Siren, would you? I would love it. Maybe possibly come to a resolution with this big man who says that we are men on the internet who insert ourselves into our own business. technically is what he's trying to say.
No, dude, I don't even know what that means. I don't think it means anything. I just think you've just said something completely gibberish. So, no, that's not technically what I've been trying to say, you fucking moron.
Because it is our business and not his. So my question to him is why are you inserting yourself in other people's business and you can't even cam up and start your own channel about your opinion? You have to do it in chats.
But, I mean, if that were the case, and I don't think it is, given that I've just made a video expressing my opinion, but if that were the case, that would be my choice in any case, wouldn't it? And again, aren't you being hypocritical? You're saying that I'm inserting my business into, I'm inserting myself into other people's business, All I did was merely comment in somebody's chat, you fucking idiot. Yeah, you're trying to bully myself and others from feeling comfortable in commenting in other people's chats. Whilst you, however, save Robbie, make multiple videos claiming that someone who has a newborn baby did not have a newborn baby. That's what you do. It's a little bit more egregious than making some comments expressing one's opinion in a comment section, you fucking idiot. Again, this is the kind of thing that you ought to go to a psychologist about, a psychiatrist or whatever. Yeah? Hey, psychiatrist, I think this guy on the internet is wrong for stating their opinion in a chat box, but I don't see an issue with me making multiple videos claiming that a mother is not a mother. What the fuck do you think your psychiatrist would say? Give that some thought, please. Have a think about... Look, say Robbie, do some mental exercises, okay? Take some time out and imagine, just imagine you're having a conversation with a psychiatrist, right? And just do it in your own head. You don't need to verbalize it or anything. You don't need to report back to anybody. Just do it in your head. Try it. Hey, Mr. Psychologist, Mrs. Psychologist, today I did this. And then you can imagine the psychiatrist saying, well, do you think that was a good thing to do? Do you think it was helpful? Do you think it was uplifting? No, really, because, I can't really pretend that it was uplifting. I struggle to do that. My brain starts to heat when I try to defend myself. The delusion is too far. Then you can imagine the psychiatrist saying, well, buddy, how often do you do this kind of thing? You say, well, okay, well, fine. I've done it dozens and dozens and dozens of times. And then you can imagine the psychiatrist saying, well, buddy, do you think maybe you're a bit fucked in the head and you're like beyond help at this point? And then you can go, yeah, actually, you're probably right, mate. Those are some mental exercises for you suggested by me. You're welcome. Give it a go.
Am I being a bitch? I think I'm being a bitch. I'm going to mute for a minute.
Nah.
All right, you mute. I'm going to fast forward.
You can't have her, darling, Nikki. Back up. Nikki, you're welcome to take the link as well. If you have anything to say, I'll drop it again. I'm sure Nikki would be more of a man than pick her. Come on up. Did I miss what happened to Tura? Because now she's in chat.
You know what? That's really everything that I want to go over. There's nothing more. And I've gone way longer than I thought I would. I don't know if this has been in any way interesting to anybody. I've kind of enjoyed making it. I've enjoyed making the videos that I have made. It's expressing my opinions. And I do express my opinions via chat quite often. And I mean, am I going to be bullied into not doing that? I don't think so, mate. I'm going to carry on doing that up until the point that I get blocked from the channels that I chat in. There's nothing wrong with that. I've done nothing wrong. You two fuckwits, you two mentaloids decided to try to bully me because I said something which is factually correct. That you guys perhaps misunderstood. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But you guys are a pair of... It's like Tweedledum and Tweedledee. And I feel bad, regardless of how evil Siren Jag is, I kind of feel bad in coupling him with you, Save Robbie. I don't know why. You're just worst, and you're bringing him along for the ride. I'm going to mention this here as well, for what it's worth. Siren Jag said something earlier about he doesn't support Save Robbie for the monetary benefit, and I'm going to agree with him on that. On Save Robbie's GoFundMe here, he's raised $610 of his $3,000 goal. He's received 10 donations. The last one was 2 months ago. Are they really taken off? And that was by Jimmy Gish. If you see this little image here, you may recognize Jimmy Gish. Jimmy Gish has made a few donations to this GoFundMe. $25, $25, $20, $360, $50. So my maths could be a little bit off, but I believe that's $480 donated by this one person here, which you may recognize. $480 of a total of 610 raised. So when Siren Jag says that he's not sided up to Save Robbie for monetary gain, you know what? I kind of believe you there, Siren, seeing as you've forked out $480 for what? So that you can sit up and try to, on panel, and try to bully someone. You didn't even get that opportunity, did you, mate? I didn't give it to you. But you are more than welcome to comment in the chat section. Perhaps you can confirm if my description of your life story, as you dictated on Natasha's channel, perhaps you can just clarify how accurate I was. I think I was pretty accurate. Obviously not 100% accurate, I'm sure. I tried to be, but you know, it was a while ago. Anyway, guys, that's my video there. I'm not going to be bullied to go up on panel with you guys to experience something unpleasant. Why would I do that? There would need to be some reward for me or anyone else to do that. There's no reward. You've got nothing to offer. What, you think I want to have an opportunity to introduce myself to your user base? Quite a few of your viewers know who I am. Not all of them like me, for sure, but quite a few of them do know who I am. You know, I don't need to introduce myself to them. I don't wish to introduce myself to cult members. I got nothing to gain from that. I'm not looking to siphon off your cult members. You're welcome to them. Save Robbie. I've got nothing to gain, and nor has anyone else, from coming up on your panel. Even those that choose to do so to increase their level of recognition, to kickstart their own live stream career or such, to kickstart their own YouTube channel. It's not worked for them. As I've shown. It's not even working for you, Save Robbie. As I've shown. And I'm not trying to claim that I'm some great researcher. No, it's all very clear. Go to these people's channels and you'll see how popular they are. More popular than me? Sure. Not a worry, absolutely. But taken off? Don't think so, mate. Not in regards to my standards. No. So, there we go, fellas. Nice try in bullying me. Don't think it worked. I think you're a pair of evil fuckwits. Go fuck yourselves.